All right, welcome back to Chapter 6, video number 5. In this example, we're going to have a look at applying how to pass an argument into a parameter and how that would look in multiple methods. So in the example that you've been provided in class, the second tab here is called cards, and how it works is that basically you've got a large text box here that if I click on Ace of Spades, there's different cards, and I click on show the card, it simply just shows the card. And we could write this in a very simplistic way, but I want to use this as a way of showing how we could write this using modularizing each of these into their own particular method and how to pass information into that method. All right, so when the body of the program, it really happens when I click the show button. That's this one right here. But remember, before I click it, I have to actually select a card. So there's a condition. Because I've selected a card, I have to say that if anything is selected, basically is what's happening here, that I'm going to run a method called show card. So if I'm going to show a card, now that method is not in the Visual Studio in any class library. This one right here is my own personal one that's located right there. So what I've got here is I'm going to be passing in an argument here called what card did I select? And if you think back to the nature of the list box, the selected item was the name, so Ace of Spades from that box, and I'm going to convert it into a string. So that means it's going to take this argument, whatever I picked, and I could argue picking any of those, is going to pass it into this right here. It's going to take my show card, it's going to execute this show card, and it's going to pass that argument into this parameter right here. Now that's a string and this is a string, so that's good. So this will become whatever card that I argued. Let's say Ace of Spades for this example. And then from there, I'm going to pass that into my method, and then I can use a switch statement here to just test it and say, hey, if I clicked on the Ace of Spades, then basically what I'm doing here now is I could just show it. I could write a statement here, or in this example here, I'm going to write another method. This is a method within another method. And I'm going to show the Ace of Spades. So it's going to drop down to here. It says, oh, the Ace of Spades method is basically just a method that turns on the Ace of Spades and turns the other ones off. It returns back to the break. It stops this one and returns back to the calling program. So that's kind of a quick run through of how that one actually works. And then if we want, we could do a quick breakpoint on this and do a debug. So let's say I click on Ace of Spades, click on the card, and from there it says, okay, well I picked something, so which one did I pick? I picked the Ace of Spades as it says right here. That's great, and that's going to take it and put it into the cards. Cards becomes Ace of Spades. Sure enough, there it is right there. So then it's going to jump down and it's going to say cards is the Ace of Spades. In the case it's Ace of Spades, let's run another method. Now this is a void method. It's just simply going to turn on Ace of Spades. So it says, okay, let's turn on Ace of Spades true. The other ones are false. Return back to the break. Return back to the body of the program and end it all together. And sure enough, there's what we get in the result. 10 of clubs could be done the same way. Any of these cards could be. Doing this one a little quicker, you can see there's the 10 of clubs. I could pin it, and I could drop down here. There's the 10 of clubs. Okay, we can pin it. Drop it down here, and we know it's the 10 of clubs. There's the 10, or show the king of clubs. Sorry, king of clubs. And let's drop down to that method. It just says let's turn on the king of clubs, true, and the rest of them are turned off. Break out, return, break back, return, and end the program. Now it seems like a lot of work to modularize your code in this manner, but later as we start developing more advanced code, this becomes actually a very useful practice for organizing very complicated code and for breaking down larger algorithms that we're trying to organize. Makes it a lot easier to read and debug, etc. And this is an example of how we could actually pass a parameter into our method or an argument into the parameter so that we can use it in our own method. All right, so I hope that helps. I'll see you guys in the next video.